Again, like that, the only reason why the Ember controversy is still a thing is because he has refused to do that, refused to just take it and go like, yeah, it's taking way too long. I'm sorry, etc.
So again, I just want to say the fact that I call Grummz a grifter isn't just like a thing that's only on the left and you're mad at Grummz, okay? These right-leaning people are also calling Grummz a grifter, all right? So why is he tweeting so much that his female co-host has to call him out for this? He looks so uncomfortable. He's actually so fucking uncomfortable. It's fucking hilarious.
Simply because it's easier from a fight for whatever reason. Right?
Hold on. Arch Warhammer is like in the cuck chair. Like Arch Warhammer is literally in the cuck chair of this couple's fight. Is literally couples fighting, and Arch Warhammer is in the cuck chair of this like total this female pegging session. Okay, so Side Scrollers is a anti-woke podcast. Okay, that's all you need to know about them. Yeah, they're talking about Grummz here. So basically, if you guys don't know, basically Grummz is taking a bunch of L's on Twitter because he is getting owned. Okay, he's getting double killed by Assassin's Creed. If you guys want to catch up on what that drama is, go to my channel. I have a video up on it on the whole Grummz Twitter shit. And basically Assassin's Creed fucking double killed Elon Musk and Grummz, okay? Grummz is a scammer, he is a fraud, he is literally a scammer fraud, okay? Like I mean I'm talking about he raised money and this is me being good faith, okay? This is me being good faith because he has raised money for a game that he has not finished and he will never finish. So yeah, it's fraud and scamming through and through, okay? And now he just goes onto Twitter to farm impressions for money, okay? So he's like literally rage baiting like that. But he got a buzz for Firefall, yes. But like the other game, it didn't even come out, fucking hell. Yeah. So yeah, he's just a really cringe person. And you know, he was formerly a developer at Blizzard, and that's where he peaked. That's where he peaked, a developer at Blizzard for a while, all right? This is why a lot of these, like, anti-woke people kind of admire him, is because he posts anti-woke content on his Twitter, and he was formerly a WoW developer, and that's why they admire him. But the problem is obviously because he's just really disingenuous as a person, and, you know, he's also unlikable because he's an insecure person and whatever, so this is the female host of Side Scrollers. This is the male host of Side Scrollers. I don't bother to remember their names. And this is Warhammer Arch Warhammer, okay? He is a Warhammer channel person who is anti-woke, okay? So, yeah, and he's also Surefat Taku's good friend. I don't like him. I always criticize him. But SFO doesn't seem to mind it, so it's like, whatever.
Bingo card for the day. I got to be honest, it was pretty silly. And it started with this initial tweet from Hassan Piker over on Blue Sky, which was interesting. He was paid to play Assassin's Creed Shadows once more. As you can see, it clearly says ad right there. And you know, see this all the time where influencers are paid.
I want to point out too.
Yes, sir.
This officially now means that Ubisoft is sponsoring a guy who is pro-terrorism.
We will get to that for sure. For sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, okay, that's just true. I'm sorry, but that's just straight up true. The fact that Ubisoft would, you know, sponsor Hassan after Hassan's whole debacle. Like, it's not even like the stuff that Hassan is guilty of is even like unknown, right? Like it's God. It's not even unknown. It is kind of sucky that Ubisoft would sponsor Hassan, but whatever.
Sure. Grummz quote tweeted that, says you can tell a lot about Ubisoft.
Yeah, the worst person you
how
know
much
made a
money
great
they
point.
are throwing at terrorist platforming streamers, right?
Yep. Yep.
So that leads us to the response here from, if you notice at the bottom of the screen, I'll make it a little bit bigger here for you. Elon Musk chimes in, says Hassan is a fraud. Sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he's promoting a terrible game just for the money.
Very socialist of him. Very
Because Hassan, despite being a retard, he have the viewer numbers. That much is true. So like when games and other stuff promote you, chances are they do know about your controversies, but they don't care about your controversies. What matters is is parasocial people seeing their favorite streamer play a game that they want to promote. Because as long as a parasocial person sees a game that their streamer is like promoting, their chances of buying the game and playing it goes up like exponentially. Like compared to average advertising, I'm sure.
Very, very,
This
very
is true.
social.
Very social. Yes. What was interesting about this was how Assassin's Creed responded, because they felt the need to chime in and give it up for their you have not seen this yet, Arch, have you?
No, I'm looking forward to the why terrorism is good take.
Well, this is
This guy is like evil, skinnier Beckett. All right. For those of you guys who actually know who Beckett is a commentator. Yeah, he just kind of reminds me of evil Beckett. Okay.
this is quite interesting to see. So Elon talks here, and then if you recall, the controversy around Elon Musk not too long ago was about how he had a top character in Path of Exile 2. And it turned out it was leveled by somebody else. So Assassin's Creed chimes in and says, "Is this the guy? Is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you?" Right,
Dude,
so
that's a brilliant response, though. Brilliant.
It is.
It is.
You
And I
can't
think
deny
that's the
it.
thing
You
that I
can't
really
deny
want
that
to point
part.
out here as we go along and talk about this is like, look,
It is
you
a
can
genius
appreciate a
response.
good burn when there's a good burn,
Mm.
and that's a fucking great burn, right? It
Yep.
really is. Grummz responded with Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't the hit Ubisoft desperately needs, analyst says, kind of trying to clap back at
Sorry, I'm trying to
Assassin's
rest my
Creed
voice
here.
right now.
Got
So I might be a little
10,000
bit
likes, but
quiet.
nothing in comparison to the 581,000
A
likes
million.
and the 34 million views here.
Mhm.
To which Assassin's Creed claps back at Grummz, saying, "Where is this? Right here.
Hmm.
Our game is out." Which, obviously the controversy around Grummz is he has his game Ember, and he's, there's a Assassin's Creed clapping back there, right?
W.
With 10 million. Now, okay, let's stop there. So, Arch, I want to get your thoughts. Then we'll go to Blabs because, whatever. But Arch, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, the problem here is that both Elon and Grummz have massive weak spots that for some reason they elected to double down on again and again. Elon doubling down on his totally playing.
I just want to say, like, these guys are like right-leaning conservative people. So the fact that they're even going out to like not defend Elon, like, it just goes to show how much of a loser Elon Musk is, and it just also goes to show how much of a loser Grummz is to have these anti-woke right-wing people like essentially grilling them. Like, this is how much of a loser Elon Musk and like Grummz has to be.
In the Path of
basically.
Exile accounts, like, dude, you're the richest man in the world. You're trying to go to space. Nobody will be in lacking of understanding if you go like, yeah, I don't have time to level my Path of Exile account. I'm just going to pay somebody. Nobody would question that.
Right.
Grummz too is like he's been doubling down on his Ember game for a very long time now with the parody game, and he didn't take.
Showing that you're insecure as a conservative hurts even more because you refuse to resolve that insecurity, because typically conservatives try not to resolve their insecurities. Fuck, okay, that was not good faith. Okay. Conservatives don't believe in therapy. There you go. Okay.
Take the
That's
joke.
better
It's
faith.
like, just take the joke. It's not that hard. And it allows for sick burns like these because they've now got both very easy to exploit weak points. Even though, again, I think Elon Musk has a point here. Like, the fact that he paid the dude to level his Path of Exile account doesn't change the fact that Ubisoft is paying a dude who promotes terrorism. But
Right. Well,
Oh,
the
fair enough.
burn outweighs that at this point.
yes,
Right. And
it's a snappier comeback.
right. And I think that's probably the biggest thing here is, I was telling Blaz about this before the show. So a little bit of a side story here. Back in my early 20s, I worked for Coca-Cola. And when I worked for Coke.
Now that's interesting.
We did this integration down at spring break. It was on the beach. There was a big stage, and like 5,000 college kids are there on the beach, and they're watching what you're doing on stage. We had bands, we had all this stuff, and I was like an MC, right? Like a master of ceremonies, not like a rapper, right? But a guy who'd keep things flowing on stage, right? And while I was on stage, I tripped, right? I tripped and I fell, and everybody laughed. Everybody laughed at me, and I knew that I tripped. They knew I tripped. So you can do one of two things. You can either acknowledge it and move on, or you can pretend like it never happened, and then everybody sees it and you look like a fool. That's what I think is happening right here, right?
Yes.
Is like, dude, the best thing that Grummz could have said right here is sick burn, right? Like that's it. Sick burn, you got me. And then just everybody moves on, and everyone.
I think humility is an attractive trait in people. When you like, this is even talking on platonically, because when you show humility, and you show that you can actually take a hit, it shows that you are a more confident person. When you can't take like even minor things, and you can't take these small little jabs or something, it goes to show that, you know, you could be somebody who's insecure, or maybe you're having a bad day. But if you're having multiple bad days in a row and you just can't take these jabs, then yeah, you are pretty much an insecure person. Yeah. But you know, a little bit of humility goes a long way. All right, let's just put it like that. But the fact that Grummz even like fucking reacted badly to that is you know, pretty fucking cringe.
Everyone stops laughing. But by doubling and tripling and quadrupling down of like, no, like he's the one with the shovel right now. So like, just like, if you let your pride go and just be like, yeah, I fucked up, or hey, that was good, then everybody moves on, and everybody stops laughing, right? Yeah. But instead, you continue to be the punching bag in this right here. So,
and again, like that, the only reason why the Ember controversy is still a thing is because he has refused to do that, refused to just take it and go like, yeah, it's taking way too long, I'm sorry, etc.
So again, I just want to say the fact that I call Grummz a grifter isn't just like a thing that's only on the left and you're mad at Grummz, okay? These right-leaning people are also calling Grummz a grifter, all right? So I want to make that clear.
Same with Elon Musk too. Like again, nobody will look at the world's richest man who's going to space and go like, no, you have to level your own account.
Right. And I think, look, he runs $6 billion companies and all this stuff, right? Like nobody would be like, nobody seriously thought Elon Musk was spending that much time leveling up his character. Like 0% of people, unless you're just incredibly gullible, right? But yeah, between Elon and Grummz right here, like just take the L. Just take it and just own it. And it's okay. And everybody will move on. Now, this has given a lot of fuel to, you know, like the Grummz haters. Look, like Grummz, well, he doesn't want to come on our show anymore because Blabs is very critical of us, are critical of him. And, you know, it is what it is, right?
Blab.
I'm sorry. Why would you not be critical of him? Like, it's just, he's so pathetic. Like, he just whines on Twitter all day and he refuses to develop his game. And it's just like, he's a full ass cringe fest. And honestly, I wouldn't like hold back either if I ever had him on or anything. Like, it's just, he's just asking for it. You know, he's like shovable in the locker kind of.
You evil.
I work for Pepsi. They wouldn't let us throw damaged product in the trash because it would be considered toxic waste. Oh, okay.
Woman, what did you do?
I know, holding a man accountable on the internet. I'm terrible.
Well, okay, so I think Blabs and I have had this conversation at least a half dozen times, right? For me, I see Grummz as a consolidator of information. I think he does a very good job of that online. And I have no problem with crediting him as a source because I think he hits the vast majority of time. Now, do I think Grummz spends way too much time online tweeting about things? Yes, I do. I think that, you know, he absolutely should turn his attention to his game and focus on that. And maybe he is, but it's not one of those things where he's posting updates on it on a day-to-day basis, at least not on X, right? And we've had him on our show several times, and he's obviously welcome to come back at any time. But I think that there is a point where it would greatly benefit the perception of what he's doing by simply just being like, yeah, you're right. I do need to focus on my game a little bit more. That's been in development for X number of time or whatever, and just take the L and move on. Because I do think.
Or just admit you'll never finish the game, because clearly he has no interest in finishing the game, right? And remember, I think there was like a company review of working under him that it was like a fucking awful experience or something. And it's just like, it's just hard to get anywhere there, right? Like, yeah, the Vital Intelligence updates about who is censoring CG cleavage, where, what? Hello? Wait, oh, like Grummz, yes, yeah, yep. Exactly, like the freaking out over the 1-inch cleavage, the 1-inch cleavage cover. Oh my gosh, the bra is just covering over it by like 1 inch. Oh the humanity. This is literally Hitler.
I think that what he does brings some value
Dummy company,
to, like, I can separate the two things. I can separate the idea that
He could be allegedly scamming people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
well, not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No,
but,
he's raised over $500,000.
well, like I said,
True.
I think that my personal thoughts on Grummz.
If you criticize Keffels for making away with $100,000 like a bandit, you can also criticize Grummz, okay? I don't know if these guys criticize Keffels, doesn't really matter. But I'm just saying, if like Grummz is like 5 times worse than Keffels, okay, in that regard.
Is this. I think that he is a poor businessman who has put himself in a business situation
He's deceitful.
where he is. I don't think he's deceitful. I think he's unorganized. That's
No, he's
He's
actually lied about
deceitful.
it.
Labs, I think that's worse. I think that's worse. I think
Which?
being unorganized can be, because if you're unorganized, you can be deceitful unknowingly. And I think that's, in my conversation.
No. Hold on. How are you gonna let your co-host fucking grill you like this? What the fuck? Yes, dude, wait, what is this cope? Being disorganized is worse because you can be unknowingly deceitful? That's not true. Being knowingly deceitful is absolutely worse than deceit through disorganization. What, like... I don't know what the middle person is on, okay, but I want some of that shit. Okay, I think he might have hit a bond hit, you know, before all of this, but I'll say this again, okay? It's not being deceitful is worse, okay?
Conversations with him, that's what I get from Grummz.
All right, can I ask you a question then?
Sure.
This is
Do
why
you
we need
find it
feminism.
lying that you would say on your Twitter bio that you are the CEO of a video game, but you're not actually, and it's been discovered and you wipe that from your bio?
I got to be honest. I don't. That's not that big of an issue to me. It's really not.
Lying about being the CEO of a company.
But hold on, Blabs. Who was the CEO?
Fight,
His mother or something like that? His family
His
member?
dad.
Oh my god, Arch is just like... Dude, Arch is the face that I make when there's your friend is fighting with their girlfriend and you don't want to get in the middle of it because you don't want to be on bad relations with either of them. So you're just kind of letting them fight it out. And you're just like sitting there as the third wheel, right? Like you have a couple fighting and you're like just standing there going like, yeah, you know, I try not to take sides here. You know, this is not my relationship. It's not really my business. Let me just like look at the camera. It's the look of I don't want to be here. He's right now he's thinking about like delicious food right now. He's like, yes, snail. I don't fucking know, dude. Oh, yes, fish and chips. Fish and chips. Yes, fish and chips.
So it's not that big a deal. Like,
Well,
it
is.
that happens all the time where people
posted it
they
about
have
being a creep.
titles in companies and
Oh,
they're
shit.
just figurehead titles.
No,
That
I know
happens
what he looks
all
like.
the
I know
time.
what he
That's
looks
not.
No, to me, that's dishonest. If you're going to raise money and you're going to fund for a video game, you need to be as transparent as fuck. And lying about being even CEO right off the bat, like, bruh.
Blabs, I'm telling you, it happens in business every day in all
Yeah.
industry ever. Like there are figurehead titles in anything. There are chief marketing officers who don't do shit. There are CEOs who have that.
I'm sorry, but Arch Warhammer being stuck in between these two is like actually the funniest shit I've seen today. He looks so uncomfortable. He's actually so fucking uncomfortable. It's fucking hilarious.
Simply because it's easier for whatever reason, right? For a financial reason. So I'm not defending that. I'm just telling you I can understand the logic behind it, right? As somebody who started multiple businesses, I understand the logic behind it.
He's like looking to the left, looking to the right, looking to the right.
And that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, for me, you frame it as deceitful, I frame it as unorganized. And I think that there's truth possibly in both. Neither of us truly know, right?
Well, the thing is, he could actually just go and debunk everybody, right? How many videos have been made about Grummz, right? Well, and he just doesn't do it. Why is that? But you would get so many like appreciation, like, yeah, fuck them. Here's what I got. And it's never happened.
Now, I will say this. He has gone on podcast, including our own, and answered questions about these very things.
Oh my god, why is he sweeping? Why is he sweeping? Why is he sweeping so much that his female co-host has to call him out for this? Dude, he's actually just sweeping. Bro is fucking dusting off that broom and just fucking hammering it against the floor. That's what's actually happening. Fuck me, dude.
Right.
But
I feel so bad for Arch Warhammer. Like, I'm sorry. Usually I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy, okay? All right? He takes time away from Dev, okay? Where Dev could be spending time with me. So, obviously I gotta automatically dislike him.
But like softball curves instead of actually showing like the tax lane or whatever, bringing that up and explaining all that stuff, right? To me, I don't know. I just feel like he goes on people who like won't give him like the hard hidden questions and he'll never come back on.
Either one, his audience loves Grummz and he knows it, or two, Grummz gives him some kind of validation or content scoops. I think it's both. It's probably both. All right, they're probably in each other's DMs, and he doesn't want to lose that connection, okay, by flaming him too hard.
People who will be like, hey, we have questions for you, and he just blocks them. That's how I see it.
I mean, he's literally been on our show, Blabs. You had
Why is he coping this hard?
We've had him on several times. Even
why is he coping so hard?
About like his old Ember stuff, which is the one time. The second time was just like him as a normal guest, right? We didn't talk to him about Ember.
I said I'm not defending Grummz here, right? At all, right?
You are?
I think that in this situation, like
you are. But okay, you're absolutely defending. You're absolutely defending Grummz here. But okay, keep on
I
going.
think his ego is getting in his way.
Oh, I agree with that. And like I want to point out that I agreed with a couple of things he's said. Right, I'm not like everything he says is moronic. No, I can agree with him and disagree on all of his policies and stuff, like how he handles his video games. I agree with that, sure. But no, overall, I think he's honestly a hack. And I'll quote Ono, it's Alex here. I think he actually does a disservice to this side of the sphere where he like gets facts wrongs and things like that.
Oh, he absolutely does a disservice. He makes everybody who is anti-woke look even more foolish, okay? If everybody who is anti-woke is a clown, then he is literally the entire circus. So yeah.
Yeah. Just my point.
So I think that's fair. But I think all sides of whatever sphere you're on will get facts wrong. But I think that the vast majority of the time, he is fairly reliable in that he consolidates. Now, in the stuff that he consolidates. Now, with that said, once again, when Twitter got monetized,
you know what I just noticed? I noticed that I'm scrolling down DoorDash in order to stim while listening to this, and it's like the best experience ever. I'm like looking at delicious food, and I'm just like listening to this and like doing no effort commentary, but at the same time, I know it's good commentary because these guys are just she's carrying the weight. Okay, so thank you. Like the stream, true. Like the stream.
I think that's when the flip. And I don't know this for sure, but I'm just speaking from
an incentive. Yeah, make money easy. Yeah, I can get that.
Bro.
And that would be really interesting if somebody went back and they looked at. So okay, we'll have a very interesting bar.
But can't I get the crab meat vermicelli? Can't I get the crab meat vermicelli, please? I know a salad is a good idea, but like I want crab meat. Can I get?
I'm paid
meat?
For this viral tweet from this past week that had 11 million views. That pretty much took up all my viewership and all that I monetized.
Fine.
We'll be able to take that and we'll be able to see like what 10
We'll get
million
a
views
salad,
is worth on X, because
right.
I literally have no idea right now, right?
Mhm.
But it'd be interesting to go back and look at like what Grummz's account looks like and over like the last month as far as total impressions, and to maybe get a ballpark figure potentially on like what he earns on a month-to-month basis on X. And that may be the driver for why he is so driven on X. Because my thought on this is that Elon Musk doesn't even know this shit's happening right now.
No,
Right?
he doesn't.
This is like whatever, you know. It's not even.
I don't even know if he really knows who like Grummz is, just except for like his tweets, right? We don't know.
Yeah, it's a guy he followed because he made a funny comment or something sometime, right? But I think this is.
Are you a pussy?
Really,
I'm
really
ordering crab meat.
In the like hit Grummz in the heart here, right?
Tip
And
0.
it's okay
Continue without
to
tip.
say you lost, you know, in certain situations and take the L. And I think that's the best thing that.
I will say that at least he makes a good point about taking the L and being modest and showing some humility. All right, like it's good to be honest with yourself rather than insecure and double down like Grummz and be like a total fucking retard. But yeah, okay.
That he can do here. And
Oh my god, he should have just been like, oh, roast him. Instead, he kind of like doubled down, like, oh, look, here's another game that's beating you guys, which is true. Assassin's Creed.
Bro, she is cooking him. What the fuck? Dude, hold on. Arch Warhammer is like in the cuck chair. Like, Arch Warhammer is literally in the cuck chair of this couple's fight. Is literally couples fighting, and Arch Warhammer is in the cuck chair of this like this female pegging session, okay? This literal female co-host pegging session for the guy in the middle, and Arch Warhammer is like just slurping it all up. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna get in between this fucking like.
Like, everyone's retarded in this thing. I just want to point out, like, I'm not siding with Assassin's Creed.
Are you watching with your wife right now?
Vet who they have for ads and sponsors. I just think it's absolutely hilarious that we're in like this timeline where Assassin's Creed is trolling Elon and trolling Grummz. Like, gosh, where are we?
Well, I mean, but on the same side, you know, Elon and Grummz and everybody else is trolling Assassin's Creed, us included, right? You know, so like it's fair game. When you're on the internet, it's fair game. We always talk about how hard people wouldn't survive in the 2000s of online. Like, fucking hey, dude, we're in the middle of people wouldn't survive on the internet. Like, in 10 years ago, people were like, you wouldn't have survived on X.
I wonder, you know, Arch Warhammer hasn't talked for like, you know, I'm beginning to think that he's like a fucking mannequin. Like, I'm beginning to think he's like a, you know, animatronic from Five Nights at Freddy's, except there's like Five Nights at retard. Okay,
2025, right? Like, people are gonna say that shit, you know. So yeah, but like you get hit in the mouth, you take it like a big boy, you pull up your pants and you move on, right? And I think that's the best thing that you can do. Arch, what are your thoughts on all this?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for Arch Warhammer. I'm like feeling his cringe. And
that's kind of just the thing with the internet. You can survive pretty much anything so long as you just keep trucking. Pretty much literally anything. And Darkside Phil is still around.
Yes, it's been well established that Darkside Phil will well outlast everybody for sure. We know that for sure. But like, a
lot of that keep trucking though comes down to not having any sacred cows. And Elon and Grummz both have very large and very public sacred cows, which they do need to disassociate from, I think.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Is that Archcast? Yes, Archcast has been cucked the entire conversation, not being able to contribute because he doesn't want to get in between two co-hosts fighting on whether or not Grummz is a fucking grifter. This is the world that we are living in. We are living in it, and we are just pawns in this game of life. All right?
I agree. Look, I know the anti-Grummz sentiment out there is certainly growing.
I kind of relate to Arch the entire time. I've just been, you know, feeling bad for Arch, you know, just kind of like sitting there and listening. Hey, listen, this is just free content for Arch, okay? Like, if he ever gets to post this on his own channel, this is free content for him, okay? Like, he just gets to sit behind, play the coy third party, all right? Take the middle road, and, you know, he gets to come out on top, all right?
You know,
Meanwhile, it's side scrollers that looks weak for having two co-hosts that are infighting like this. Although to be fair, it's good content. Okay, it's good content to have two co-hosts that are fighting, where the female co-host is just essentially pegging the guy in the middle and fucking ripping across his fucking butthole. All right.
I think it all kind of depends on the perspective that you see from it. Like I said, I do think that he brings good things overall. Is it all great? No. But for me personally, Blabs, you're saying, you're calling it deceitful and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, not vetting news enough.
All I know from Grummz is his X account, right? I've not done.
You know what they should do? They should just drag Arch Warhammer into it, okay? They should go like, Arch, pick a side. Arch, we need some of your opinions, okay? Arch, we need some of your takes. Please give us your
I've seen all the Ember stuff, and I get it. And once again, I do feel that he should 100% address that and take a step back from X and focus on that, right? 100%. And I think that if he did, I think he could knock out his game in 6 months potentially.
Yeah, instead of 8 years.
Right.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
But I do think it's okay to be critical.
Bro, she has, oh my god, I appreciate the cunt energy, okay? The cunt energy on her is fucking off the charts, okay? She is putting in every single piece of insult that she can put in because she just can't stop mogging the guy in the middle. Like, she is just fucking sweeping the floor for him. Holy shit.
I think he's done good things. I think that he's fucked up here. And it's okay to take the L on certain things. And it's important that, in the interest of being fair, that we and everybody else just kind of laughs at it. We're laughing at this the same way we'd be laughing at Mercante getting ratioed, right? It's the same fucking thing.
It's silly. It's funny.
It's silly. It's funny. And as I've said all along, we're gonna laugh at stupid shit that happens online. The correlation between the two is that both their egos are gonna get in the way, and they won't let them apologize or say I took the and take that L. So it is what it is. So. Any closing thoughts on that? Pest says, Craig, just take the L. Okay. I mean, like I said, I'll take the L. If look, that's the interesting thing is like some of the chats can be like,
Foodshops, the British accent for can't will make your stream limited monetization. The C word will do that. I'm pretty sure I've said the N word before on this stream, and I have been perfectly fine. So I think it's okay as long as I'm not like spamming it. Like it's like I think it's fine. All right. Oh, like what would I say? Said, oh, you knob, you wanker cunt. Oh, this little wee little cunt is the fucking pegging this mate. I was pegging this mate and fucking pegging him out the ass. Giving him a no
with the W, Craig with the L, and some of the chat are like Craig with the W, Blabs with the L. There's nuance on Craig's side. There's no nuance on Blabs.
I heard that from Beckett. He said it once and then it's yellow. Well, skill issue. I'm built different.
Side, whatever. Right? Whatever. We're not telling you how you should feel. This goes back to what we just talked about 20 minutes ago. I'm never going to tell you guys how you should feel about something. I'm never going to tell Blabs how she should feel about something. And that's why our conversations about this have become so heated, because there are times where I feel like Blabs is telling me how I should feel about which I don't take that shit from anybody. Right? Like, you should feel this way about this. Fuck you. I don't care who you are. I'm going to let you make your own decision. I'm going to make my own decision. Right? So, if you feel this way about Grummz, fucking A, cool. If you feel this way about Grummz, fucking A, cool. I don't care. As long as you done the research that you want to do about it, and you feel the way you do, awesome. But I think we can all agree in this situation.
We make cup at.
You should just take the L. So.
Well, can I just, before we put a pin in it, let me just ask you something. If you think Grummz is for free speech or not.
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I haven't really asked him that question.
Wait, sorry, what question did you ask?
Awesome, but I think we can all agree in this situation, you should just take the L. So.
Well, can I just, before we put a pin in it, let me just ask you something. If you think Grummz is for free speech or not.
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I haven't really asked him that question.
Well, no, just based off everything you've seen from him.
I don't know. What's that have to do with this conversation?
No, I'm just asking you.
I guess. I don't know.
Wait, why did she ask that? I'm trying to wonder if she's like playing some 500 IQ chess move here. I don't know.
It's just a question.
Was this like a gotcha or something that you wanted to
Definitely
have?
not a gotcha. It's just more me asking you your thoughts on it. If you think he's free speech or not.
I guess. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not Grummz. I don't know. It's
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that was weird.